Hello everyone. Oh, today I would like to introduce some of my painting to you now. This is my painting, a kind of the life painting with life painting with life model, and I did in the basic inquiry, and maybe 5-6 years ago. Okay, also those are of my painting. I paint a lot. Artist is if don't have yet become a famous artist, it's really tough life. You can't make money to support your living, and actually you paint a lot. If you don't have your own property to keep them, it's hard, like I also artists like a movie lot from space to space, and from city to city, from town to town, from the province to province, from a country to other countries, right? Make more interesting, keep your brain fresher. Those two small paintings I painted in the Victoria, BC, Canada, 3 years ago. That's historic of the building, in the downtown area. I painted this building, and once I met the guy work with his dog. He was a barber, we had the barber is a haircut, and we had a little bit conversation, and this is a little bit a small square, this is also other my painting. It's kind of abstract, and I collected a lot of the paths, monthly paths of the traffic, bus paths, and I put them together, and then included the spot of painting, which was a dirty paint on my palette. I clean them out and put on the canvas, and combine the monthly paths, and also I put the thread, right? Thread, the wooden thread, on the surroundings kind of issue about the life of the immigrant, the tough life, poor struggler, it feeling deep pressure, kind. Also I spent a lot of energy painted in the historic area, which is its name is Fanslow. The Fan means the people early period of the Canadian the immigration who come from the North European country Finland. They built the small fish village at the end of the 5 Road, Richmond. The several of the tiny the house which built above the water, and then they put the stick into the earth, right? And then on the maybe 2 meter level, they built the house. Before I lived in the Thunder. I live in the Thunder number 3 road. I always take ride bike and go to the 5 road and paint there. I painted a lot. This is is one of my paintings. That small deck. Go to that's yeah. I think this is a way to go to outside the main entrance. This is a small path to go to right side. Yeah, they both have the two sides, the right and the left side. They both have the resident. Maybe over 10. Yeah. That's my neighborhood. I lived maybe 3 rows in the Chinese house, which just beside the 2 gas station. Yeah, this was my neighbor, and it's a damaged house going to demolish. You can see the furniture and on the ground in the yard. Yeah, that was autumn. Yeah, beautiful yellow golden color leaves. Yeah. This is I think is British Army helmet, not metal, like kind of hard material. It remind me. It's kind of style of the Africa War, right? I couldn't remember exactly the date of Africa War, but it's that's kind of style maybe very popular in the 30s, to 20s, 30s until 50s. Yeah, I'm interested to painting the army stuff. Yeah, this is also plein air, which I painted at number 3 road, Richmond. Yeah, it's the neighborhood. The autumn, the golden leaf, and also I think I know her. She's a Chinese senior lady, and also she is have same hometown with mine. Yeah. I met her long time ago, maybe about 10 years ago. Yeah, maybe less, 8 years ago. Before I lived in Richmond for 7 years. Yeah, this is the cowboy. It's kind of the kind of poster, of the cigarette, right? The marble, like yeah. This is I copied the photo from a magazine, which is East Preville like land, grassland, the cowboy in the winter time, to lighting his smoking. Yeah. Yeah, not too bad, right? It's a lot of detail. I think during this time I painted in the sometime it was painting in the Carnegie Center. I was in the shelter. I couldn't remember exactly where I did it. I stayed. Maybe Salvation Army shelter, or maybe Man Charity Hotel in the downtown. Yeah, this. Yeah, I on that time I still got the source because I moved to Calgary from Vancouver, so I'm interested the cowboy culture. Yeah, this painting is much earlier. 2007. I was immigrant, landed Vancouver, Canada, since 2006. This is 2007. Yeah, that's my. Yeah, I quitted my painting for a long while because after my high school, my high school was the fine art program. So after I persisted to go to university exam for last 5 years. Finally, I failed with the culture knowledge exam, such like Chinese, maths, English, because on that time in the 80s, not much student who studies the fine art to focus, to work hard with the main project of the culture class. They ignore, most ignore the just focus training with art, with painting. Yeah, I had struggler, at that time, and I quit. I quit after, in the between 18 90s, the art, is tough job. It actually it's the art market. It's very low. Deeply, it's hard to make money. Most artists quit their painting, to change to do other things, such like become the designer, like interior designer, to make the money for life. I did the same thing. I worked as interior designer for over 20 years. Yeah, then during this time, I quit my painting until I went to Russia. I was international student in the Russia. I lived there for 2 years, but I didn't paint much. I done a lot of the sketch, with charcoal, with the pencil, with paints. I enjoying the historic, the old building of in the Russia, St. Petersburg. Yeah. So 2 years there, and then when I come back, maybe 2002, and then until 2006, and I was immigrant to Canada. Then this painting was 2007, right? Yeah. Not too bad, right? From beginning, I quit the painting maybe over almost 20 years, right? I have a lot of passion to painting watercolor, That's fun slow, Yeah. But weak, yeah, on the dry land, it's interesting, it's connect the facial river, and they have the I forgot to use the vocabulary talk. Like sometimes during the day, 24 hours, the water changes, right? Come and down, right? And the river bank, the level become high and lower, right? And then the boat, shore and covered, right? Yeah, I make more interesting, Yeah, that's bridge to go to inside of the Fenslodge village. Yeah, and this is the house. Interesting. They put a lot of the kind of the stuff facility as the decoration. This here is those are shoes. They put on the wall, kind of decoration. Yeah. Yeah, 2 buildings, house. Yeah, I knew the guy. Yeah, his image, he's white guy. His image look like a rock. He who does the show rock. Rick Resser. I couldn't issue his exam. Rick, his name. He does the TV show. He always go to everywhere. In Canada to introduce the local projector. Go to dig the kind of like a seafood, I forgot, yeah. And also, it went to the maybe Ontario somewhere, they went to the forester to with the scientists to record the black bear in the winter time during their sleep time. They measure them, they drug them, make them sleep, and then they take off them from the den and weight them. Then they put the GPS on their neck. Every year they change, they kind of record, yeah. Yeah, the window is my friendly. That's the construction work. He changed the window. He does the business to change the plastic windows, right? That's the old window. They take off. They going to be garbage. So I persisted to let them stay, right? And then painted. This is it's gate, it's the entrance in the there have the statue, between a memory statue, every year in Canada they have the Remembrance Day, right? They have some statue for those soldiers who been killed in the wars, right? And this is the cityscape. Is neighbor of there, beautiful. In the gate, classic, the pattern gate, right? Inside with the wooden pole, electricity, the line, right? Wire, and the big, garbage bin, right? And also make more interesting, the homeless drug people walk around there, right? Yeah. Yeah, this is a painting of my friend Boss Wang. Boss Wang is a very traditional Chinese business guy, He has his own mind, the painting shot made beautiful with warm tone color, in Chinese culture, people believe, like a kind of image with like a purple color, maybe mean the purple color on the sky, on the building mean like a purple strange from east. It's good sense, 紫气东来, it's good sense. But the Wang, was rented this office. He stay half there. He does kind of business of the facility of wire for for kind of bill, those kind of company to use, right? Yeah, but he also hired the young guy who graduated from the University of UBC, and they work for half year, all year, One pay maybe $900 for renting half space in this office, and they keep their business over a year, right? And then just sell the one. They just got one contrast. Yeah, and one pays the Chinese young guy for maybe I don't know how much the wage. Yeah, I think less. Maybe 1,500, 2,000, and plus the rent, right? And after a year, they one decide to close his business because he couldn't get any more of the contract. And one doesn't speak English very well. One study on that time maybe was level 3, and he relay the young people, young guy to worker to connect with the company by email, by phone, and finally the one space in the field. And long time I didn't see him, but he didn't, he did good job. Sometimes I at that time I lived in the shelter, right? After I go back to shelter, right? He always give me ride, right, to downtown, right? But I was thankful for him to paint this portrait for him. But finally, he didn't keep ticket. I think it didn't like. Actually, I painted his girlfriend portrait for him, her. Yeah. Some of the not everybody understand art, right? It's hard to talk to them sometimes, right? Yeah. This is a portrait of my friend Lee. Lee is a construction work, and he does his own business. This is a photo is a kind of sense during his work. The baby of black bear come to his work field and to look for food, and Lee feed him with the can of the cock. And no, this is Foster. Is the guy Foster? Foster is the white guy, is a homeless guy, and also he had the addiction with smoke, something, and his painting very popular around the downtown area, and the gas town. He persists to paint, sell his painting, around the gas town, right? Before was $20, Yeah, he painted on everything, he going to find the garbage material from the bin, right? And to paint on the plastic board, the cover, paper covers. Even though on this door was left by the moving, See, it was going to garbage, so I passed there, right, in the downtown building. I saw, that's a Foster painting, right? That's it's kind of caricature of his style, He always he always painted the dark alley of downtown, right? Yeah. You see the King Foster, yeah, King Foster. And I asked the mover, and they tell me you can take it, for free because it was going to garbage. So I don't have the space to keep it. So I called my friend Lee. Lee, before I bought a painting, his painting for Lee. The King Foster wanted to have had $20, so I don't have much money at that time. I give him $10. Finally, he accepted, right? But then, I told Lee, and would like to have it. And then he come with his truck and then put it into the trunk, right? And then carry to here. But, before I have the deal with the King Foster, because Lee want to have his other painting. So the King Foster wanted to have a permission, order, I give him $20. So he told me, oh no, don't worry, I might give you paint it back, and after several days I found him. So I asked him, where is my painting? Oh, he told, I've been kicked off from the apartment because, I understand, because I went inside of his room, was really dirty. You can't walk on the ground, no way to pass to go inside, everywhere covered the garbage, like kind of material of the board, piece paper, plus board, which he took from the garbage bin, right? And he might meet dirty, or maybe he broken the rule, smoke inside, away, or other thing, being kicked off. So, I, hard talk him. So my $20 is gone, So if the, content, before, maybe I should pay the first painting, I should pay him for $20. So I give him $20. So I, actually, my $20 half to the before first painting. I still have had lost $10, right? So it's hard talking to those kind of people, because he isn't an honest person, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's kind of way to support him. That's okay, Yeah, that's the portrait hunting, recently doesn't quit his hunting because maybe he's become the Christian and believe God, and wouldn't going to kill any life, Yeah. Yeah, this is my painting, which I painted 2012. Yeah, and this was the Christmas event, Yeah, that's the match on the street of the Christmas event, the local was New Westminster. I took a lot of pictures and then put them together, Yeah, before I come to here, I plan to repaint it, but finally I decided wouldn't touch it, because different time you have different situation with your technique scale. Wouldn't try to fix, because because you change though, you keep the record of the period. Which I prefer. Yes, those painting of the Lee portrait from different time. That's the background. The first one, the background more look like abstract with his tools, right? Like gloves, tool, dryer, something like and a sketch there. And during this time, Lee had broken his feet, was recovering the home. So I was lived in his apartment. Yeah, I pay him $300 and I leave his bedroom. He live on the sofa and he playing computer every day to build his website. So I sketched him 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. Yeah, that's Ariel. Hey, see, oh, Herbert story. This bag was the G's, you know, the kind of security, the vast, you know, kind of construction work. Maybe still you can smell his sweat, you know. Yeah, and you know, the socks, hardware, you know, a smoke package. Yeah, Jesus is was 24 years old, and he was a white guy. His family, his father generation, come from the Slovenia. Yeah, he was born in Canada, and yeah, he had tragic lifestyle. Both of his father and mother passed away, and he grew up with his grandma, and I don't know which chance he worked for Lee for very short time, maybe half year. Yeah, he was good guy, but he had addiction with drinking, you know, and drugs, and enjoying the ladies, you know, and you know, he told me he was a major, right? I was 13 years old. He got first sex experience when he was 13 years, right? I couldn't imagine, you know, I was 13 years old, right? And yes, I think he playing with different ladies maybe, and in the end of his life, his accepted him to stay in this area. You know, maybe was easy to go for work because if he live with his grandma, right? After he's drunk, it's hard to wake up to go for work. So Lee accepted him to stay here, right? And then, you know, once I come, I have the key. Once I come, so I went inside of the warehouse, and yeah, the factory, and I found the whole bunch of the glass. You know, like glass was broken. Oh, like kind of, it's kind of the. You know, kind of steel glass, right? It's broken, you know, becomes a spot, a small spot, right? Oh, I tried, but I don't have phone to talk with Lee. But then I was here to clean my stuff. Then the G's come with his girlfriend. His girlfriend was like a Métis lady, right? And just went inside. Oh, yelled, you know, surprised. Oh, broken the glass. Oh my God, God! I think it might broken before, right? Maybe someone did. I totally sure I didn't, right? But I can't explain. Then they just called Lee, you know, I don't know. After, you know, and Lee, you know, you know, was very serious because they lost almost $700, you know, and yeah, and maybe I was suspicious, weak, suspect of the from the least mind, right? Uh, so after what happened, and this, and this lead lay off the G's. I didn't use him, hire him anymore. But his car is still parking outside. Outside there, and once Lee called his grandmother phone, right? And his grandmother was very sadness and told Lee just passed away with the reason of the heart stroke, right? And yeah, I think probably exactly reason was overdose because I didn't see his use the needle, right? But he always sometimes he talk about his addiction, his smoking with crack, with the kind of the metal paper, to smoking. Once he told me he imagined the tumor on in front of his eyes, Yeah, so sadness, Yeah. Yeah, Lee is a lazy guy. Still keep those stuff here, should give away, Yeah. Thank you for watching. Yeah. See you next time.